everybody, Allie here with ABC Bead Supply. I'm here today to share with you a look at new 16mm beads that we have added to our website over at abcbeadsupply.com, along with a tutorial for making 4 projects that feature them. We are debuting 16mm acrylic beads. Our goal with this 16mm collection is to source unique 16mm beads that we don't offer in our other sizes. So we have 8mm, 12mm, and 20mm acrylic. With the 16mm, we're going to be sourcing styles that we don't have in those other collections, at least at this time. So you can stay tuned for that new collection as it grows. Here is a look at some of the beads that have already been loaded into that collection. They all coordinate perfectly with silicone focal beads that we have. So that's another goal with these, is to source 16mm beads that coordinate with the silicone, because the combination of the two, the sizing is really great. The 16mm size acrylic is bigger than 12mm, so it makes a little bit more of a statement, but not as clunky as a 20mm bead would be paired with the silicone. The 20mm bead with the silicone bead on a beadable project can really overwhelm the project. So it just is a really nice, happy medium sized bead. So we've got the Heartbeat 16mm printed iridescent, and this comes in an assortment package of different colors of heartbeats. There's black and pink and blue, I believe. This Calm I'm a Nurse keychain is one of the beads is from the 16mm medical assortment package, and this package of beads has a couple different images, 4 or 5 different images in the assortment of these 16mm beads. They all pair great with the nursing enamel charm, which goes great with this Keep Calm I'm a Nurse silicone focal bead. So lots of really great pairings for this one to keep with that theme. We also have this, this check is just, it's my favorite. My daughter walked in after school and saw me working on these and said that that was the coolest bead ever. So it has a tween vote of approval. But this iridescent cube is the check, and we have a ton of black and white check silicone focal beads in our general line. There's this mama one. We have them in the lots in the teacher collection as well, and some other ones too. So that's a popular silicone pattern, and this cube check is just a really nice way to offer some added dimension and texture to a project. Lightning bolt charm pairs nicely with that too. I like using charms on the ends of these keychains since they have the link, the chain link on them anyway. So there's a fun idea, and a lot of the charms come with gold plating, so they pair really well with the gold keychain bases, but black is another nice option. I'm not personally a fan of mixing metals. I don't love doing silver and gold together, but I do like the black as another option to gold if you're using a gold plated charm. And then last but not least, we have this No One Fights Alone pen. This silicone focal bead has been a huge hit. I actually didn't realize just how big of a hit it is. I was getting this project together because our 16mm ribbon package is the assortment of colors of ribbon. So there's red and green and yellow and blue and pink. So you get an assortment of colors of the ribbon in this set. And these are actually almost sold out. So if they're sold out by the time you hop on to buy the materials to duplicate this, you can sign up for in-stock notification alerts right on our website, either in-app. We do have our own app if you haven't downloaded that yet. Either in-app or on our website, you can hit alert me when this product is back on stock. I will tell you, it works better on a computer or on the website. I mean, you can go to the website from your phone. So it works better with that method over the app, because you get an email alert notification that it's back in stock that doesn't expire. Whereas the app, when it alerts, it's just a push notification and it can disappear really quickly from your phone. It's easy to overlook those. So I do recommend doing that outside of the app actually. But the These are low, so we will be getting more in very, very soon because that has been a big seller. So let me show you how to make one pen and one keychain. Photos of all 4 of these projects are up on our website blog at abcbeadsupply.com, and we have clickable supply list links there too that will take you to all the projects used so you can purchase them and duplicate them. Absolutely everything needed is available on our website at abcbeadsupply.com. All right, so let's start with this keychain. You're going to unscrew the ball. These are our premium metal keychains that are back in stock. They are the heavier quality metal, completely round bottoms versus the bottoms that have a flat edge to them. They're just a really great quality. So we are so glad that these are all back in stock in all of our finishes. We're going to put on the 8mm gold, the Mama Silicone Focal Bead, the 15mm, 16mm black and white check cube, iridescent. Obsessed with that bead, truly. So, so pretty. We've got a gold rondelle spacer, and then a violet cosmic glitter 12mm bead. Now, it's not gonna look like they all fit on. What's the trick for silicone? You just pull back. So just pull back on the rod to expose that screw. Add a dab of E6000 is always recommended so that it doesn't come undone and it's a more permanent bond, especially with the keychain. With keychains going in and out of your purse, out of your pocket, or what have you, there's a lot of movement going with them, and just to ensure that the balls don't come back off and rotate when coming in and out, that E6000 will give it a permanent bond. Now you will notice that this bead is going to smush a bit. It's not going to have retained a complete circular shape with loading that many beads on the bar. I think that's fine personally. I think it's just a fine look, but you can also screw the top a little bit. These bars are adjustable to be able to load more materials onto their load. You can loosen or tighten the tension on them at the top and bottom. So if you loosen up just a little bit, you can get a little bit more of that shape back, but it's still going to have a little bit of a smushed look, which is just fine. Nobody's going to know that it was actually a circle anyway. I would recommend a dab of E6000 glue at the top bar too, if you're doing that, just to ensure, again, that it doesn't come undone. And then you're going to just open up. The keychains have these chain links on them. I recommend using 2 needle nose pliers, 1 for each hand. The metal is a very heavy gauge, so opening it with your fingers is not going to go well for you. And then by doing 2, it's just going to give you a steadier hand and avoid stripping the metal. So we'll just attach that little lightning bolt to it, and it is so cute. So there is a sample of the keychain, and then the other keychain that we have is going to be made the same way. It's just using different supplies, materials, and again, the supply lists for these projects can all be found on our website blog at abcbeadsupply.com, and there's clickable supply list links, so you can just click right on the materials that were used to add them to your cart. So for the pen, we're going to just unscrew that base. We're going to add that Medical Images Silicone Focal Bead. We're going to add the 16mm iridescent heartbeat print. This is one of the larger of the 2 sizes of the ring, silver ring spacers. And then we've got a teal pearl. We're just going to expose that, pull up to expose that full ring, add a dab of E6000 glue, screw it back in place, release, and then you've got your pen. And this other pen is going to be the same way. Now, something to point out, I wasn't going to show you how to make this whole thing, but I do want to point out with this bead, if you can see here, the way that it's cut out between the ribbons, there's a little bit of a notch, and it's hard to get beads to fit into that notch. But if you look at the shape of this lentil bead, how it kind of goes upwards to a point, if you use a lentil bead below it and you make it so that your rod is full, so that it has to be pulled up rather than just fitting on, just barely fitting on, the shape of that lentil is going to fit right up into the notch of those ribbons in order to fill that space and make it so you don't see the internal rod of the pen. So there's a tip for you on that one. definitely recommend pairing it with some lentils there. So again, there's 4 projects. We've got the photos and supply list up on our blog. Our full 16 millimeter collection, it's a work in progress because we're going to be continuing to add to it, but we have, I believe, 15 different styles up already. These are 4 of them, and we hope you enjoy. Head on over to abcbeadsupply.com.